Where we think we've been successful since I've been the Attorney General has to do with taking some of those good laws that are on the books, and we talked about the fact that the statute prohibiting dogfighting has been on the books for quite some time. But you know, I perceive that our job in the Attorney General's office is to enforce the law in New Mexico, and not to sort of enforce them when we think we like them or when we think we don't, or something like that, but to make sure that people out there understand that the legislature sets a policy and they put these laws on the books, and that it's really important. Now, in this particular case, it's been my pleasure in working with a number of you all to one of the ways that we thought would be most effective in enforcing the animal protection laws in New Mexico was indeed to create this Animal Protection Task Force. It's really nice for me to receive this award, but I'm really receiving it on behalf of a whole lot of people who have been doing this law enforcement. I'd look kind of silly out there all by myself with a badge and a gun, and I don't think many people would be afraid of me. But we, you know, there are all these parts that come into place, and I want to thank, it actually wasn't our office that specifically prosecuted the dogfighting case. It was the district attorney in Doña Ana County, I think, correct? It was Susana Martinez. So we've had district attorneys all around the state that have been very active in this. You all will know that the Bernalillo County Sheriff has been particularly active in this group, but also the sheriff's agencies down in Doña Ana County and Otero County and San Juan County. I mean, we've had a whole lot of help from sheriffs. We have had state police, we've had a number of law enforcement agencies that have all been working together to do this, and that's what the task force is all about, is that we take everybody and the expertise that they have to be effective in enforcing these laws in the state of New Mexico. And by the way, it turns out that whenever you find this one illegal activity, that quite often we also find drugs, we find gambling, we find even prostitution, we find all these other illegal activities that are carried on at the same time. So once again, I want to say that enforcing these laws, you all should be very proud of this. It's not just an issue of protecting an animal or something like that. It is an issue of protecting our society and making our society a more civil society. And so we're all very proud of the work that we do at the Attorney General's office and of the work that you all do to help us move forward into a more civil society. Let me say sort of at the end that some of us have been teasing each other a little bit at the beginning of the meeting about the fact that we end up being under fire on some of these things. There are lawsuits that are filed to try and keep us from doing our job. Those all just make me want to work harder. I mean, the fact that there are people out there that are trying to block what I think are good things and important things in our society, they don't cause me to lack any desire to make it happen. It just sort of makes me want to work harder and get things done. So I also don't perceive this as being sort of the end of a relationship. I think that this award hopefully is the beginning of a relationship where we continue working with each other to make New Mexico a great place to live for people, a great place to live for animals, a great place for our children to grow up, a place where violence is not something that we are willing to put up with, where we want people to learn how to all live together. So thank you all so very much for this award. I appreciate it, and we'll continue working hard at the Attorney General's office to try and deserve this even more next year. So thank you.